Yes, greetings, my beautiful brothers and sisters, Arsenal Futurites. How you all doing? Hope everyone's fine today. Today we have Sunday. Sunday we have today, and Sunday the 30th. I can't believe that the time is flying, man. And we've got a big game today, as you all know, against Chelsea away, the big London derby. Some Arsenal fans say that this is the actual biggest derby of Arsenal's calendar year, and even bigger than the North London derby, which took place last week. We won 4-1 Arsenal at the Emirates, a hat trick for Eberechi Eze. It's a falling win for Arsenal, and of course that helped us to sustain our lead at the top of the table. Before I forget, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you're new around here, don't forget to smash the like button as well, because it helps to promote our videos around the world. And you have been doing that so much, more now than ever before. You guys have been smashing the likes, you've been subscribing, you've been leaving comments. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you. It doesn't cost a thing. Thank you so much for that. And of course, don't forget to leave comments down below about anything, maybe even suggestions for shows you might want to see me do, content you might want to see me do. You can leave your suggestions down, in the comment section. And don't forget to hype the videos as well, because there's a hype button on there now. It's been there for maybe a couple of months, so don't forget to use that as well. And I must, I don't want to forget to say this. I want to say rest in peace to Billy Bonds, the West Ham legend. When I just got into football at the end of the 80s, he was playing, and I remember him playing a game against Arsenal at Highbury, you know. Uh, that was one of my first matches I ever remember seeing Arsenal play a game against West Ham at the end of near the end of the 80s. And Billy Bonds was about 41 at the time, and he was playing in that match. So I want to say rest in peace. I want to say more love, and one big love to his family, to the Bonds family, to all his friends, his supporters, and especially his loved ones, his family and children, and so on. I sent out a heartfelt message, a heartfelt, bill of love, and my condolences to the Bonds family, and may he rest in peace. Sad, 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 sad news. But anyway, when I get onto this, Arsenal played Chelsea. We've got a good record against Chelsea lately. I don't think Arteta's lost a game at Stamford Bridge since he's been manager of Arsenal. I'm hearing that he's won in the 5 games he's taken charge of Arsenal against Chelsea at the Bridge. I think we've won 2 games, and we've drawn 3 games. And that's a very, very good record. And so I remember one of the first games he took over when he was when he came to Arsenal. I think we lost 2-1 to Chelsea, the Emirates, the Emirates. But that was when he first came, and he was trying to fuel the team out. But we're a long way away from that team. We're long way away, and most people have got us to win the game. We are the favourites to win the game, but I don't know. We see. Chelsea have been on a good bit of run themselves, because they beat Barcelona 3-0 in midweek in the Champions League. Even though Barcelona had somebody sent off early out, one of their defenders, Chelsea still won. And this young kid called Estevao, he's a sensation. And some are saying that he's as good as Lamine Yamal for Barcelona. They're comparing him to Lamine Yamal. So I don't know, but we've got some good youngsters of our own. We've got Max Dowman, we've got of course Max Dowman, Luis Kelly, and and Efan, of course, Efan Ranieri. So we've got some young players of our own, so but anyway, but he looks a very, very good player, I must say. Excellent player from the Brazilian league. I don't know why we went in there for him. Anyway, so the match today, we have to keep it tight, and I think we will. Chelsea lately have been very, very good on the break. They've got a lot of pace going forward with Pedro Neto, Estevao. Estevao is more of a tricky winger. His skill set is very, very large, but pace. I don't. He's got decent pace. but he's not explosive as say someone as a Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto is very explosive. João Pedro is also very, very good as well. Not the quickest, but quite decent pace, and he's very, very good at getting in the box, and he could score headed goals because of his height. He's about 6 foot. Could score headed goals. He's good on the floor as well. I remember when he was at Watford, I wanted Arsenal to sign him when he was at Watford as a youngster, but he went to Brighton, and then from Watford to Brighton, then from Brighton he came to Chelsea last summer. But I wanted Arsenal to get him, but we didn't get him. But I do like him. He can hold the ball up, as I said, he can score different types of goals as well. So it's going to be a difficult match, you know. Of course it is. Chelsea are a good side. They won the World Club Championship last year, and you know they've got that ethos of winning trophies. You know, even if this team now is a way different team to the teams they've had in the past. Your John Terrys, your Drogbas, your Essians, and Lampards, etc., etc. That's a different generation. This generation here, they look geared up to want to do something. You know, whether it be to challenge for Premier League or to challenge in Europe, they look destined. Maybe in 2 or 3 years' time. But at this moment in time, Arsenal are the best team. We're the best team at this moment in time in this country. I could say that with chest. And in Europe, it's the likes of Bayern Munich and PSG. You know, I think those are the three best teams right now. Us, Bayern Munich, and PSG. And I think the Champions League winners will come from one of those three teams. It should do because they're the three best teams in the world at this moment in time. And then domestically, PSG are top of Ligue 1 in France. Bayern Munich at the top of the Bundesliga, of course, so we're the top of the Premier League. So I believe we are the three best teams. And you got teams near and thereabouts, like, of course, Real Madrid, you can't rule them out, Barcelona. But I don't think they're quite at that level there was a few years ago, Real Madrid and Barcelona. And Liverpool going down as well because they're not playing well. And some have questioned Arne Slot, whether or not he should be sacked or not. So, but I'm expecting a 2-1 win to Arsenal. A lot of people, even got a couple of mates of mine who said that Arsenal are going to win 5-0. One went for 5-0, one went for 4-1. I wish. And then I got friends who reckon that Arsenal will get a 1-0 and sit on it, you know, which sounds a bit more realistic. Maybe we get the one goal because we could defend for forever, you know. And but let's just see what happens. But I'm going to go for 2-1 Arsenal. I think we're going to concede another goal. We haven't kept a clean sheet in about 4 games, you know. But I'm going for 2-1 Arsenal. I don't care as long as we win the game and we sustain our lead at the top of the table. At the moment, we're 6 points ahead of Chelsea in the table, and I think we're about 7 points ahead of City. But we're now about 4 points because City won yesterday against Leeds United 3-2 at their Etihad, and it was a very, very good game. You know, City were 2-0 up and Leeds came out to 2-2, and then Phil Foden had to score an injury time winner. So it's getting very, very tight, and people are scoring last minute goals and all that. But hopefully, when we play Chelsea today, we don't have to go through none of that. You know, we just deal with the case. Hopefully, we can score a couple of early goals, or 1-0 and then half time, and then second half we score again. And then if they're going to score a goal, it'll be a very late consolation. But hopefully, we put 3 or 4 goals past them. Because I remember when we were rubbish a few years ago, Chelsea used to rock up at the Emirates and beat us all 3-0, 4-1. I never forget all those score lines, and that hurts. And I want us to do it back to them now. You know, now we're the better side. We're the superior side. We should go and do it to them at their ground. But anyway, guys, if you're going to Stamford Bridge today, if you're there ready, look after yourselves, enjoy the moment. It's very cold at the moment, so make sure you've got your coats and you've got your scarves, your hats, your gloves. I made a mistake yesterday. I went out without my gloves in my hands. I couldn't feel them. They're totally frozen. So make sure you have your gloves, and you know what to do. Keep out of trouble, as I always say, guys. Yeah, I'm very serious about this. Keep out of trouble, you know. And if anybody comes tries to attack you or your family or your friends, we will call the police. Don't muck about, yeah. All right then. Be good and do the right thing. Yeah. Okay, as I said, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your comments down below and hype the video if you can. And yeah, that's about it. We don't want to pick up any silly suspensions. I always say no silly bookings, no silly red cards. You know, we've got to be focused on the match. Our midfield is very, very good. You know, midfield of Declan Rice, Zubimendi, and Eberich Eze is a very, very good midfield. Odegaard is coming back. I heard he might be on the bench. Our captain, you know, I'm even having that Gabriel Jesus might be back because he's been out for a year, and some are saying that he might even be named on the bench. So let's just see what happens with him. You know, everybody we get will be very, very good because we're coming to a very, very crucial time of the season now. We're coming up to near to the midway point, and so we're gonna need all of our players. You know, players have picked up injuries early in the season. We're getting them back now, slowly, one by one. I believe Kai Havertz is still out, so you know, fair enough. But Gokrois might be on the bench as well. I'm hearing as well. So you know, a lot of our players, especially more of our attacking players, are coming back. Of course, Gabriel is still out. Gabriel is going to be out until about January. So our best defender is going to be out for another couple of months, unfortunately. But anyway, we're coping with the likes of Nkepia and I hope I put in his name right, Nkepia and Masquera. You know, we're doing well at the moment, and I'm very confident. You know, we'll win this game. As I said, I'm not. I'm confident. I know it won't be easy. It'll be tight, but I'm confident we can get the 3 points. Anyway, guys, you look after yourselves. I think that's enough. I don't know waffle on too much. We're going to see you after the match with a quick reaction video. If we don't do a reaction video today, we'll try and do one tomorrow, Monday. And then, of course, we'll still give you the review of the match anyway. So you get a bit of extra. The big match, you know, the big match review and so on. So you take care of yourselves and each other. And we're out. Adios. Much love. Bye.